Hey guys, my name is Jason and welcome to the 3Nines Technologies podcast, episode number 1. Today we're kicking off a new series talking about cybersecurity. We're going to be taking a deep dive into the individual levels of security and products that your business can implement to stay safe and secure. Today, I've asked Steve Butzes, our vice president here at 3Nines Technologies, to jump in and help us talk about SOCs. Not those socks. We're talking about security operation centers, what they are and who they benefit, and why your business should seriously consider implementing them today. Hey, Steve, and welcome to the 3Nines podcast. Thanks for being with us today. I know you're busy. So really quickly, tell us, what is a SOC or a security operations center?
Yeah, a SOC is commonly referred to a team that continuously monitors and analyzes security procedures of an organization.
Okay, perfect. So you say it's a team of people. Now, is it just they do it 9 to 5? Like what are they monitoring? What are they doing?
Yeah, good question. So security is a 24/7 job, and a SOC never shuts down. A SOC never stops monitoring. A SOC never stops analyzing. They're continuously monitoring all activity on a network as it pertains to security.
Okay, when you say activity, or what kind of activity are we talking about? Are we talking about the computers, the network? What are we talking about?
Yeah, so really all of it, from a packet that leaves a computer going out to the internet to a packet that leaves a computer going to a server. They're looking for anomalies. They're looking for anything that they know is a bad thing or a simple operation that has been known to cause some problems. And also, they're also continuously looking proactively, looking for vulnerabilities. So that is any kind of hardware or firmware revisions that may not be kept up with. And we see this a lot today, copiers are a great example of that. Their firmware doesn't regularly get updated and they become huge sources of vulnerabilities on networks.
Man, that's a great
point.
So
a SOC covers that. A SOC is continuously looking at all aspects of the network.
Sure. Now, man, I love that. So a SOC is going to notice also if random devices happen to be on the network too, right? So device discovery or management. Talk a little bit about that. Why would that be important?
Well, that's the most important thing, because typically, from our aspect, we go in there and put our security stack and everything, and we're feeling pretty good about what's happening. What we don't know is when vendor Y comes in and puts a piece of equipment on the network that we don't know of. And that's where the agent that's continuously scanning and monitoring the network for new activity is really helpful, because it's actually looking for new devices and then vetting them for their security.
This is a high level of security with cybersecurity professionals all in one room, monitoring networks 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That sounds like enterprise level, like high end security. How can small businesses afford it?
Yeah, a great question. And we get asked this a lot. And really, the term SOC usually indicates enterprise only, because a small business can't afford to have a group of 35 individuals constantly monitoring their network every day. It's just not feasible. It's not economically feasible. But thankfully, there is some programs out there that actually we utilize and sell as a service, and they're selling much like we are, where they're only taking on what they're scoped for. So it's always important to know that they're not oversubscribing their service, just like we're not. It does bring that enterprise class service to a small business.
So, Steve, let's talk about brass tacks. It's not that expensive for a small business to jump onto an enterprise level type of security. But why would a small business want to implement it? Or better yet, who should think about implementing it?
So out of the gate, We always recommend our financial institution customers, our healthcare customers, anybody that's governed by any type of compliance, whether it's HIPAA, whether it's NIST, whether it's CMMC. These things that a SOC provides only benefit you in times of audit. So they're like I said, not only are they constantly monitoring, but they're constantly maintaining logs and checks on your network that we can prove where your network has been validated and checked for vulnerability at certain aspects of time.
All right, Steve, what about how it applies to businesses that are seeking cybersecurity insurance? We get this question a lot. Is this something that helps with obtaining insurance?
Yeah, so absolutely, Jason. We're starting to see a lot of checklists and a lot of questionnaires for companies that are filling out on behalf of their insurance carriers that are really almost pushing them in a direction of needing this. It does check almost every one of the boxes that I've seen come across my desk thus far, like as far as how long are you keeping logs? Are they reviewed? What are your checks for incidents? And a SOC really kind of covers all of those boxes and really in a nice little package as well, and allows you to actually check the boxes with a sense of assurance that somebody's actually looking at it, somebody, like a person, not just a tool. So
that's great. So we're having actual people reviewing logs, creating reports. That's awesome. It sounds like it's something that's needed. But what happens in the case of a breach? What does a SOC provide then?
Yeah, good question. So I could tell you a very recent incident, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. We got a call from our SOC. It was about 12:30 in the morning, and they discovered that there was some files that were being or trying to be uploaded to an FTP. And they started automatically started tracking back to an end user that had let somebody log onto their computer. And they waited obviously until the middle of the night to start this process. And again, this is why you want 24/7 coverage. The SOC noticed the incident. They called us. One of their remedies was to obviously shut down the traffic. They located the machine almost instantly. We were able to quarantine it from Sentinel-1 and take it off the network. They monitored the network from an aspect of any other anomalies going on, and they provided us with an incident response, what they did in paper, so we could also deliver that to the customer. And all that was through our ticketing system as well. So there wasn't much documentation that we needed to do. They did most of the documentation. We did some of the legwork on disconnecting machines, but working directly with them. And I would say within a 3-minute period of this starting, it was ended.
So a SOC isn't only going to help you with prevention and protection, but it's also going to help you with detection as well, right? So it sounds like it covers the whole gamut of having an actual cybersecurity professional team at your business monitoring everything 24/7. So it doesn't sound like it gets much more robust than that.
It's probably about as complete as you can get, without, just sitting there and watching a machine with your eyeballs 24/7.
All right, Steve. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time today going over what a SOC is and how businesses could utilize it within their infrastructure. So once again, Steve, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. If you are curious about how a security operations center could benefit your business and dive into some specifics and pricing and kind of take a deeper dive on this, please reach out to us today. Give us a call at 405-488-8000, extension 111. Or you can also reach us on the web at 3ninestech.com.